Masood Azhar is down, but far from out.
इस बार अमेरिका अकेला नहीं है, इसके साथ इंडिया भी जुड़ चुका है और इन दोनों के मुतालबात की फहरिस्त बहुत तवील है। वो पाकिस्तान को निचोड़ कर रख देंगे मगर उनकी ख्वाहिशात और मुतालबे पूरे नहीं होंगे।
India's Operation Sindoor may have flattened his Bahawalpur headquarters and killed his top men, but the terror mastermind is plotting an audacious comeback. Jaish-e-Mohammed, bloodied yet unbroken, is raising billions through digital wallets to rebuild an empire of 330 new camps, safe houses and training grounds shielded by Pakistan's state machinery.
वो हमारे हीरो थे।
ठीक है।
ये जो हक्कानी है, हीरो है हमारा जी।
ठीक है।
80s का हीरो है।
बिल्कुल।
ओसामा बिन लादेन हमारा हीरो था।
And once again, Washington looks away. The question is, why does America keep giving Pakistan a free pass on terror? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. Let's rewind. On May 7th, the Indian Air Force struck deep into Pakistan, obliterating Jaish-e-Mohammed's Markaz Subhanallah headquarters and 4 other terror camps in Operation Sindoor. The precision strikes killed Azhar's relatives and commanders, exposing Pakistan's hollow denials and leaving Jaish-e-Mohammed battered. But instead of being dismantled, the group has been given room to re-emerge, thanks to a new playbook: digital financing. With 3.91 billion Pakistani rupees routed through hundreds of Pakistani wallets, Jaish-e-Mohammed is building back under FATF's nose, which is Financial Action Task Force. If the US knows where Azhar hides, why is Washington still shielding Islamabad's double game? Operation Sindoor was meant to be decisive. India targeted Jaish-e-Mohammed's Bahawalpur complex, the same hub from where the Pulwama and Pahalgam attackers were trained. The strikes flattened Markaz Subhanallah and training camps at Markaz Bilal, Markaz Abbas, Mahmona Joya and Sargal. Indian intelligence confirmed at least 14 terrorists dead, including Azhar's close kin and senior commanders.
Operation Sindoor was launched by Indian Armed Forces to deliver justice to the victims of Pahalgam terror attack and their families. 9 terrorist camps were targeted and successfully destroyed. Over the last 3 decades, Pakistan has systematically built terror infrastructure. It is a complex web of recruitment and indoctrination centers, training areas for initial and refresher courses, and launch pads for handlers. These camps are located both in Pakistan as well as Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir areas. Some of the well-known training camps are located, as you can see on the screen. They are distributed from Savai Nala in the north, counting to approximately 21, ending at Bahawalpur to the south. All the targets were neutralized with clinical efficiency, and the results reiterate the professionalism of the Indian Armed Forces in the planning and execution of their operations. No military establishments were targeted. India has demonstrated considerable restraint in its response. However, it must be said that the Indian Armed Forces are fully prepared to respond to Pakistani misadventures, if any, that will escalate the situation. Jai Hind, and thank you very much.
For New Delhi, it was a signal. No sanctuary was safe, no denial believable. But in Pakistan, the narrative flipped. Civilian casualties were paraded, denials multiplied, and the state pretended it had no clue Azhar was even there.
अहमदपुर ईस्ट में मस्जिद सुभान को निशाना बनाया गया। यहां पे 4 स्ट्राइक्स की गई। यहां पर 5 बेगुनाह पाकिस्तानियों ने शहादत नसीब की। इनमें एक 3 साल की मासूम बच्ची भी शामिल है। 2 बालिग मर्द हैं, 2 बालिग खवातीन हैं। 31 यहां पे मासूम शहरी इंजर्ड हुए हैं, जख्मी हैं, जिनमें 25 मर्द हैं और 6 खवातीन हैं। यहां पे एक मस्जिद शहीद हुई है और इसके अलावा 4 जो क्वार्टर्स हैं जिनमें मासूम लोग रह रहे थे और फैमिली क्वार्टर्स थे 7 लोगों के, जो सिविल आबादी थी, उसमें नुकसान पहुंचा है। मुजफ्फराबाद में शाही वाली नाला ये जगह है, यहां पे मस्जिद बिलाल को निशाना बनाया गया। 7 इंपैक्ट हुए यहां पे दुश्मन की तरफ से, उसमें एक बच्ची जख्मी हुई है और एक मस्जिद जो सी है वो शहीद हुई है और उसको नुकसान पहुंचा है। कोटली, यहां पे मस्जिद अब्बास को निशाना बनाया गया। यहां पे 5 स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं, 2 यहां पे शहीद हैं, एक 16 साल की बच्ची और एक 18 साल का बच्चा। इसके अलावा एक मां और उसकी बेटी जख्मी है इस वक्त। मुरीद के यहां पे मस्जिद उम्मुल कुरा को निशाना बनाया गया, 4 स्ट्राइक्स की गई, एक शहीद है मर्द, एक मर्द इंजर्ड है, जख्मी है, 2 यहां पे लोग मिसिंग है। अभी मस्जिद जो सी है वो शहीद की गई है और इर्द गिर्द की आबादी में जो क्वार्टर्स हैं गरीब लोगों के, उनको नुकसान पहुंचा है।
Deja vu, anyone? This isn't the first time Pakistan has known nothing. Remember Osama bin Laden? For years, Islamabad, or particularly Rawalpindi, insisted he was nowhere near Pakistan. Yet, the world's most wanted terrorist was living in Abbottabad, down the street from Pakistan's elite military academy. Forget about Pakistan being embarrassed. Washington was blindsided, humiliated even. But did it learn? Today, Masood Azhar is the new Osama bin Laden. A man the world knows is in Pakistan, plotting, regrouping, raising funds, even speaking through audio messages. That's Masood Azhar. And what's Pakistan's line? We don't know where he is. The tragedy is not Pakistan's denial. It's America's willingness to believe it. JEM has adapted. Gone are the days of cash couriers and animal hide collections. Under FATF pressure, Pakistan claimed it froze JEM's assets and accounts in the year 2019. That was supposed to end terror financing. Instead, the ISI shifted gears. Today, donations flow straight into mobile wallets run by Azhar's family, his son Abdullah, his brother Talha al-Saif, commanders like Syed Safdar Shah. At least 250 wallets are already linked to JEM's current campaign, with over 2,000 in rotation nationwide. Wallets are swapped every few months, funds broken into smaller chunks, moved, withdrawn, undetectable by FATF's SWIFT system. This is Jihad 2.0. The number is chilling. 330 new camps. Jaish-e-Mohammed isn't just rebuilding what India destroyed, it's decentralizing. Each camp is priced at 12.5 million Pakistani rupees, pitched as a markaz in propaganda posters on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Azhar's personal letter and Talha's audio message urged supporters to donate 21,000 Pakistani rupees. The campaign promises to resurrect Jaish-e-Mohammed's war machine across Pakistan, each site doubling as safe house, training ground, and weapons depot. Intelligence sources suggest many camps will be cheaper, 4 to 5 million rupees, leaving surplus funds for weapons. So what is Jaish-e-Mohammed really building? Terrorist schools or an arsenal for the next big war? Every rupee tells the story. About half of Jaish-e-Mohammed's funds already go to weapons, guns, rocket launchers, mortars, all bought on the black market, of course, with ISI blessings. Now, intelligence agencies fear a step up. Drones and quadcopters. Learn from allies like Hamas and the TTP. A 3.91 billion Pakistani rupee campaign isn't just about rebuilding classrooms or indoctrination. It's about stockpiling firepower. And make no mistake, when Pakistan denies Azhar's presence, when it shrugs off JEM's revival, it's not ignorance. It's state sponsorship, plain and simple. The real question is, why does Washington play along? Here's the bitter truth. The United Nations has the address, and so does the United States of America. Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters in Bahawalpur, the Markaz Sahib Allah Mosque complex, has been on American and on UN agencies' lists. American satellites have shown it for years. It was the same site India flattened during Operation Sindoor.
We brought this body to the attention of the UN Security Council's 1267 Sanctions Committee. And we said, look, we see this as a body which has been created by the Lashkar. Lashkar is the main terrorist group in Pakistan, one of the two main terrorist groups. And we can see the connection. So we had, well before the April 22nd attack, we had already drawn this to the attention of the United Nations. Now, we identified the people, the attackers. We know that they are linked to the Lashkar. We know the command centers of the terrorist groups, okay? It's not a secret. In fact, you know, I should show you. We have, if you look at the UN Security Council, UN Security Council publishes regularly a kind of list of major terrorists, okay? So it looks like something like this. This is the UN. It says the list established and maintained pursuant to UN Security Council Resolution 1267, whatever. Now, if you go through this list, these very places, you know, the terrorist list, these are famous, you know, well-known terrorists, notorious terrorists. They have a place of residence. You know, it says they operate out of here. Okay, I mean, there's a whole list of these guys. Now, these are the very places which are named in this. These are the ones which we hit on the 7th of May.
Yeah.
The US knows its location, its purpose, its leaders. Yet after Sindur, Washington chose transactional diplomacy over clarity. The Vice President, the Secretary of State, both engaged equally with India and Pakistan, but never called Islamabad out for housing Azhar.
With the Pakistani Army Chief of Staff, what are you looking forward to achieving diplomatically?
Well, I stopped a war between Pakistan. I love Pakistan. I think Modi is a fantastic man. I spoke to him last night. We're going to make a trade deal with Modi of India. But I stopped the war between Pakistan and India. This man was extremely influential in stopping it from the Pakistan side, Modi from the India side, and others. And they were going at it, and they're both nuclear countries. I got it stopped. I don't think I had one story. Did I have one story written about it? I stopped the war between two major nations, major nuclear nations. I don't think I had a story written about it, but that's okay. You know why? The people know. The people know.
Mr. President,
Did anybody write that story about the war? Did anybody? Did you write it?
we wrote one.
We all wrote it.
Did you write it?
Yeah. Just one more on
You
the
wrote
Iran,
it.
President. When does your patience run out with?
Any adjustments that need to be made for Marine One departures and arrivals?
No, we put it so that Marine One is very far away. We did it in conjunction with the Air Force, with everybody, and everybody signed off on it. Now we have to have it far away. It's very far from Marine One's out there. It's out in the field. So you have to have a certain distance. We're about 3 times that distance.
Instead, the US pushed for balance. Balance or blindness, or should we say opportunism? Isn't this the same blindness or opportunism that let Osama bin Laden thrive in Abbottabad for that many years? Then came the White House lunch. June 2025, Donald Trump hosted Field Marshal Asim Munir, the Pakistani Army Chief, the man more powerful than Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif. Historic? Yes. Alarming? Absolutely. For 2 hours, Munir sat at the table without a single Pakistani civilian leader present. The topics: trade, growth, crypto, Iran, India-Pakistan ceasefire. Trump thanked Munir for avoiding a nuclear war, crediting him and Modi for stopping escalation. But behind the smiles lay the truth. America had just rewarded the very man shielding groups like JEM. When the world needed accountability, Trump offered a banquet. In Delhi, the optics stung. Trump had snubbed Prime Minister Modi, yet rolled out the red carpet for Pakistan's army chief. For India, this wasn't balance, it was betrayal. New Delhi knew JEM was regrouping, that Operation Sindoor's gains were at risk, that Masood Azhar was still alive and plotting. Yet America's tilt was clear. Pakistan was the partner, India the afterthought. Analysts warned Washington is playing the same old game, using Pakistan as a pawn for regional stability. But stability for whom? For India, it means more blood in Kashmir. For JEM, it means more camps, more cash. And then came Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif, dropping the mask. On Sky News, he admitted it. Pakistan had backed, trained and funded terror groups for decades. He even called it dirty work done for the United States of America, the West and the UK. Soviet war, Taliban war, Pakistan did the bidding.
You do admit, sir, that Pakistan has had a long history of backing and supporting and training and funding these terrorist organizations.
Well, we have been doing this dirty work for the United States for about 3 decades, and West, including Britain.
So that's your argument that even though
that was a mistake, and we suffered for that, and that is why you are saying this to me. If we had not joined the war against Soviet Union and later on the war after 9/11, this Pakistan's track record, was not unimpeachable track record.
The price? Ruined reputation, domestic chaos, terrorism at home and abroad. He said it outright. Had Pakistan not played America's proxy, its record would be unimpeachable. Rare honesty, but also damning proof. If Pakistan admits to exporting terror, why does Washington still write it checks? Remember FATF, the watchdog meant to choke terror financing? Pakistan got itself off the grey list in 2022 by banning cash donations and freezing JEM assets. But the moment pressure eased, JEM went digital. Wallets, mosques, charity fronts like Al Rahmat Trust, all alive and kicking. Videos from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa showing militants openly collecting funds after Friday prayers. Investigators track wallets straight to Azhar's family. FATF's oversight is a joke and everyone knows it, yet America pretends compliance is intact. How many more Bahawalpur strikes before FATF realizes its own failure? Masood Azhar is officially a UN-designated global terrorist. He is banned, sanctioned, supposedly isolated. Yet he sends letters, audio messages, instructions. He plans attacks like Pahalgam that killed dozens of civilians. He hides under Pakistani protection while the state claims ignorance. The pattern is unmistakable. Pakistan hides him, China shields him, America ignores him. Once Beijing blocked his UN listing for years, now Washington blocks the accountability that matters. So tell me, what's the difference between Osama in Abbottabad and Masood in Bahawalpur? Only one. This time, America isn't even pretending to be shocked. Why does America turn a blind eye? Some say Afghanistan, some say China, some say Pakistan's role in stability, some say Trump's interests in Balochistan. But what stability and what interests are we talking about? When JEM rebuilds, when Pahalgam repeats, when Indian civilians die, who benefits? Certainly not India. Certainly not the victims. America's silence looks less like strategy and more like complicity. After Operation Sindoor, Washington could have forced Pakistan's hand. Instead, it chose to play mediator, peacemaker, equalizer. But when the scales are balanced between a democracy and a terror factory, isn't neutrality just another form of betrayal? Jaish-e-Mohammed is banking on one thing: the world's short memory. Operation Sindoor was dramatic, deadly, decisive, but temporary. Unless the global spotlight stays on Pakistan's duplicity, Jaish-e-Mohammed will rise again. 313 camps mean decentralization, longevity, survival. Digital wallets mean undetectable financing. ISI support means immunity. US silence means impunity. The script is old, the actors familiar, the ending predictable. Unless the questions change. Unless Washington stops rewarding Islamabad's lies. Unless FATF wakes up to fintech jihad. Unless America admits that looking away from Pakistan's terror game is no longer blindness, It is complicity. Thank you for watching Statecraft.